So people who are watching or listening to this and want to find out more, get involved and be part of this process for doing something with some substance, what do they do?
They go to the website, which is NLP RandR, RandR.org or .com. And there's quite a bit of information about some of the people who are involved in the project. One thing we want involvement in a lot of different ways. Just registering on the website, volunteering. There's a form to fill out if you want to volunteer. The other thing that we're just starting is a funding drive, because funding the project and it really takes quite a bit of money, as Frank Borg talked about in your interview with him. It's so we want people to donate money as well to the project. And part of with the money, a small amount can make a big difference. See, the thing is that foundation money, foundation funding is really critical to the project. And one of the things that foundations want to see is that our community, the NLP community, is supportive of the project and of the goals of the project. So basically for people in our community who donate money, that's likely to expand exponentially in terms of the money that actually helps bring into the project. So we're encouraging NLP practitioners, people who are involved or supportive in NLP and can see some of the vision that we're setting forth here, donate even a small amount. There's donation buttons all over the website, and you could donate, if you like, donate $10 a month or $10 quarterly. That would be an average only $2.50 a month. So it has all kinds of options in terms of doing it a monthly payment or a quarterly payment or even a yearly payment. So we're encouraging people to look into their hearts and look into how the recognition of NLP can help what they do, and to donate what they can in order to support that cause. So one of the things I've heard from many NLP practitioners, I was just giving a presentation recently at Michael Hall's Neurosemantics Trainers Training, which is what I call an allied field, really just another branch of NLP. I gave a presentation there about the Research and Recognition Project, and one of the questions that I often get is, a lot of people out there, whether they're mental health professionals or coaches, often get asked the question, well, what's the research behind this? What's the evidence base? And I think if that evidence base existed, it would help all people who are doing NLP, whether it's in coaching, whether it's in education, whether it's in psychotherapy, having that research base that yes, this is an effective technology and change methodology would ultimately help everybody. And what I want most is for people who are out there and are practicing NLP and are supportive and know its power and efficacy, that they see how supporting the Research and Recognition Project can ultimately be helpful to them, as well as being helpful to more people.
Yeah, it's always nice if somebody says, show me the evidence, you can say, here it is.
Exactly.
Rather than,
exactly.
Well, we've been thinking about collecting it for a few decades.
Right.
So I think what you guys are doing is extremely valuable and extremely interesting, and it really calls it as it is. It says, okay, let's see what happens, let's see what can be demonstrated, and it's also looking to integrate and take these ideas out in a bigger context, because I know from the interview with Frank, we are talking about millions of dollars. We're not talking about a few dollars here and there, and we're talking about proper substantive research, and also taking these skills into areas which are really important for people, which is the whole other consideration, the use of this in a much bigger context.
Absolutely, absolutely. We feel that if NLP's more recognized, it's going to get out there. More people are going to want to learn it. More people are going to want to do it, whether it's in the psychotherapeutic community, whether it's in the medical community, because there's a lot of medical applications. There's just so many applications, and if it gets more recognition, then there's going to be a lot of people who are interested and a lot of people who are curious. I mean, there's interesting, two things going on when you talk to mental health professionals, for example. Some of them certainly are, oh, what's that NLP stuff? Oh yeah, I learned that's just a bunch of crap, at some point in their training. But then again, I mean, who I trained with originally, I've been trained by several people, but I trained with a guy named Ron Klein in Washington, D.C. area. His target audience was teaching therapists. So there are therapists who are people are looking for different things that are going to work in helping people with their problems.
Yeah.
And so a lot of professionals that are out there are real curious about and interested in NLP, but they're probably reluctant to pursue it because of the lack of evidence base.
Yeah.
And I backed away from it for a while because of that, and came back to it.
I understand
know how
Richard
well
Gray's also got an article that's being published, or about to be published.
Oh yeah, Rick Gray is the primary author. I'm the secondary author on an article examining treatment of PTSD, looking at it makes various hypotheses about what may be going on with some of the NLP techniques to work with PTSD to indicate how they would be effective, and very much contrasting that to the typical extinction model, which in terms of the validated PTSD treatments, this is going to a whole another level. And some of the affiliation we're making with some physiological study clinics in terms of the activity of the brain, it's really that type of technology that I really think is going to help validate some of these things in NLP, which we haven't been able to validate up to now. So I mean, really, as NLPers, we should also be excited about the advances that have been made since NLP came out in the ability to see what's actually going on in the brain, because this could also help us test some of the other hypotheses. So basically that article authored by Rick Gray and myself is going to be published at some point soon in a prestigious journal, Traumatology, talking about basically a variation of the visual kinesthetic dissociation intervention, and examining that in terms of making some hypotheses about what's occurring in the brain and why a possible mechanism by which this intervention is effective.
So let's remind people the website again is
NLP RandR.org. So NLP RandR.org.
excellent. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us.
Thank you, Nick.
I really encourage people to check this out, whether you're listening to this on audio or whether you're watching this on video. Go look at the website.
Absolutely. Take a look.